Hello, friends! The Met Gala took place a few days ago, and there was one particular dress I found super pretty, and it was Nicki Minaj's. So here is my attempt at recreating her look as a polymer clay charm. For those who don't know what the Met Gala is, very briefly, it is a charity event that takes place at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. It pays homage to the current exhibition of the Costume Institute, which this year is Sleeping Beauties: Reawakening Fashion. The Sleeping Beauties refer to the dresses and costumes that are so old and fragile they can't be worn anymore. The purpose of the Met, besides being a fashion show, is to raise funds to support the museum and preserve the fashion collections throughout the years. Now, the dress Nicki Minaj wore was designed by Marni, and I think it is one of the best propositions of this year. I especially liked the fact that she and Marni decided to go for a very bright and colorful look, which I think the Met was a bit lacking. Also, Nicki seems to be known for her Barbie style, and that is very coherent with the aesthetic of the dress she wore, which was short and seemed to be made of solid plastic. I personally interpreted the look as flowers blossoming from everywhere on her dress being a metaphor of fashion reborning, just like nature. The canary yellow emphasizes that as well, since yellow is the color of joy and optimism. I think the look also contrasts with the name of the exhibition, Sleeping Beauties, and the vibrant colors are indeed reawakening fashion in a quite literal sense. Well, while our creation is baking, let me do a little fashion roast very quickly. Of course, I do not have the expertise to judge the relevance of the outfits, so my opinions are solely based on how pretty I found them. By the way, please tell me whose look you like the most. I am so curious. So, in my top, we have Carly Close in Swarovski, Benedetta Piccoli, Ugbad Abdi in Atelier Prabal, Lena Mafouf in Schiaparelli, Natasha Poonawala in Maison Margiela, Mona Patel in Iris Van Arpen, and Sabrina Harrison in Chris Habana. Now, for the looks I did not like, first of all, Chris Hemsworth in Tom Ford. There's also Lana Del Rey in Alexander McQueen, Serena Williams in Balenciaga, Demi Moore in Harris Reed, and Zoe Saldana in Chloe. This year's theme was inspired by a short story called The Garden of Time, written by J.G. Ballard during the 20th century. I read the novella, and it tells the story of a count and a countess who live in a peaceful villa surrounded by a magnificent garden, the Garden of Time. Every evening, the count goes for a walk in the garden, and every evening he feels that the throng slowly moving on the horizon will soon reach the villa. So every evening he carefully chooses a flower and delicately snaps it off. In his hand, the crystal in the center of the flower dissolves and turns back the clock, delaying the progression of the mass by a few minutes or hours, depending on the size of the flower. But it is inevitable, and the throng moves faster than the flowers grow. On the last evening, the count and the countess each pick one of the two remaining flowers, delaying one last time the tragedy. They then transform into stone statues as the mob reaches the villa and destroys most of it. Well, I hope you had a great time. Don't forget to share your thoughts on the Met Gala, and I will see you soon. Sweet kisses.